Hi, here's a video about Sweet Annie, one of my favorite herbs. I'm Michael Pilarski. We're at Finnriver Farm in the Olympic Peninsula on September 13, 2018. So this plant here is just at the peak harvest time. I need to get all the rest of these off. I've already harvested a bunch. Sweet Annie is Artemisia annua. It's an annual artemisia related to wormwood, mugwort, many other medicinal plants. The time to harvest it is just before bloom or during bloom. This is currently in bloom right now. It's the first one in the patch to go into bloom. Beautiful golden blooms here. This plant is really heavy. It'll soon be really heavy with pollen. So as it gets older, it wants to start getting dieback on some of the leaves. So I got to get it pretty quick here. So it's used for malaria. It's most famous for malaria. There's a lot of malaria in the world. It hurts a lot of people. Anywhere that has malaria can grow this plant. It works a very high percentage of cases. If you use this right away at the early onset, you knock that malaria out. So it's a great thing to have for travelers or people that live there. So everywhere can grow their own malaria medicine. It works really good. The information came from China. This is from the hilly country of Yunnan province of China. So now we can grow it around the world. They use it a lot in Kenya, for instance. But a lot of people don't know about it yet. So tell anybody you know that's in the malaria tropics, start growing this plant so people can get rid of this scourge, or at least cut it way back. So the way I harvest it is by cutting way back on the stem, as so. And so here's my quarry here. When I get back home, I will strip down the plant, take off that top, and so that'll be the product. So it's got a little bit of stem in it, but we don't want too much stem. I want really high quality, a lot of foliage and flowering tops. So that's the technique. It goes pretty quick when you're back at the ranch. So there's how we harvest it. It's also being used for Lyme disease. And it's interesting to note that teasel right next door, this is a biennial plant, teasel dipsacus. And it's also a Chinese medicine, and it's used for Lyme disease and other spirochete diseases. This is a 1-year rosette. I'll be harvesting this fall before it goes to seed next year. So this will be a fall or a spring crop. And so here I have two really good medicines growing next to each other. A biennial treated as an annual and an annual. It's about one of the biggest annual crops you can grow. Each plant gets really big, puts on a lot of weight. You can see I have a nice stand of it here. I had a lot of it this year. If anybody needs seed, let me know. I have lots of seed too. All right, so Sweet Annie, everybody, if you go to malaria country, bring some of this along.